Tyler Perry's facing a 9-figure lawsuit surrounding allegations.
I think in the sense of you think it's going to go one way or it'll be something else.
Tyler Perry's name is back in the headlines, but this time it ain't because of a hit movie. It's his ex and baby mama, Delilah Beale, setting social media on fire with what she's allegedly been holding back for years. After staying quiet for way too long, she's now lifting the lid on their breakup. And it sounds way messier than anyone expected. Forget the idea of a peaceful split. Delilah is dropping bombs. She's allegedly hinting at secret double lives, shady personal preferences, and a behind-the-scenes lawsuit accusing Perry of harassment and manipulation. And that ain't even the wildest part. People online are talking about leaked messages, rumors of strange behavior involving male actors, and close friends mysteriously disappearing from Perry's circle. That quiet breakup might have actually been Delilah trying to escape something way darker. Now, with supposed receipts floating around and talk of legal action heating up, Perry's polished image is starting to crack. Fast. Everyone knows he kept his relationship with Delilah super low-key. No red carpet moments, no official confirmation of a marriage, barely any public appearances at all. And then out of nowhere, years later, Perry goes on Instagram saying, "I'm 51, single, and wondering what the next chapter in my life will look like." And just like that, it was over. No statement, no sit down, not even a shout out to Delilah. The breakup wasn't announced. It was just quietly swept under the rug. Officially, it was called an amicable split. No drama, no bad vibes, but social media wasn't buying that for 1 second. People started raising eyebrows immediately. How could a man who built an empire off raw emotion and storytelling in his movies be this silent about his own love life? That silence spoke volumes. For years, whispers about Perry's sexuality had swirled all over the internet. And word is, anytime someone hinted at him possibly being gay or closeted, he would lose it. Folks started believing his long-term thing with Delilah wasn't just love, it was strategy. A carefully crafted image move to shut down the rumors and sell that perfect family picture to the public. And let's be real, in Hollywood, that kind of thing ain't rare. People online started saying the quiet part out loud. That whole relationship felt like a cover-up. Neither Tyler nor Delilah ever tried to clear the air. They didn't confirm or deny. But that silence, it only made people talk louder. And honestly, the fact that neither of them denied anything, that just added more gas to the fire. One user on X even dragged him saying, "He's still acting like he likes women. I guess he gonna come out like the brat did." Whew! So when the Dixon lawsuit dropped, accusing Perry of misconduct and exposing private convos, the whole narrative around his breakup with Delilah flipped on its head. Suddenly, Delilah's quiet exit didn't feel so innocent anymore. It felt strategic, like she saw the storm coming and dipped before the whole thing exploded in public. But here's where it gets really wild. The shock isn't just about the accusations, it's the juicy, unsettling details. Dixon claims Perry came to him under the pretense of offering him acting opportunities. But things allegedly took a sharp left. Next thing you know, there's talk of late-night texts, suggestive messages, and even physical encounters that weren't mutual. The alleged texts that went viral are straight up bold, with one even reading, "I would frack you, I haven't been touched in months." Now this ain't just gossip anymore. It's names, receipts, dates, screenshots, and even legal documents. And once again, people are zooming in on Delilah. Because if all this is true, then her breakup with Tyler wasn't random. Maybe Delilah had been peeping game for years. Maybe Dixon's lawsuit just confirmed what she already saw going down behind closed doors. Word on the street is that Delilah allegedly knew about Perry's secret lifestyle, but kept her mouth shut. Why? To protect her son, her own rep, and possibly to keep Perry's whole empire from falling apart. But once the lawsuit went public, fans couldn't help but ask the real question, was this the real reason she left? Because while Perry posted that weird cryptic "I'm single" message on Instagram, Delilah didn't say a single word, no defense, no comment, no show of support. Sis just vanished. And now, that silence is looking real loud. To a lot of people, it's not just quiet. It feels like straight up confirmation, like she knew this was all gonna blow up and made her exit way before the storm hit. Now the stuff that used to get whispered on Reddit threads and shady blog comments is right in the spotlight, and it's getting ugly. In those court docs, Dixon laid out a timeline that's hard to brush off. He says he first met Perry at an event in 2019. Perry allegedly took notice, asked for his number, and started talking about future roles. And yeah, Dixon got the job. Everything seemed sweet. Until, according to him, things took a sharp, uncomfortable turn. Fast forward about a year, and things allegedly took a wild turn. Dixon says Perry invited him over to his Atlanta mansion, claiming it was all about mentorship or maybe lining him up for another acting gig. But according to Dixon, the night got blurry real quick. Too many drinks, late night convos, and then he crashes in a guest room. What happens next? He claims he woke up to Perry touching his thighs. Dixon says he shut it down immediately, but after that, things got tense, and then just flat out strange. He claims Perry didn't stop reaching out. This time, it was through a string of bold, flirty texts that started circulating online like wildfire. One message straight up said, "No straight man would be going on walks with you or cooking dinner for you unless they wanted to be with you. I would." And another allegedly asked what it would take for them to be together without guilt. But it gets deeper. Dixon also said the role Perry gave him in the show, a gay, homeless man who trades favors just to have a roof over his head. Yeah, Dixon claims that wasn't just fiction. He says it was exactly what Perry wanted in real life. According to him, Perry told him directly that he was looking for someone loyal, submissive, and fully dependent on him. By that point, Dixon says he felt stuck and like he was walking a tightrope. He didn't want to risk his career, but he also didn't feel safe. He claims he tried to draw the line, letting Perry know straight up, "I'm not that type." But according to him, the messages kept coming. Then came the moment that shattered everything back in 2020. Dixon says he pulled up to Perry's place again, thinking maybe things had cooled off. But instead, Perry allegedly asked him, "Do you like it rough in bed?" And then straight up grabbed him by the throat, saying, "Look how excited you just got." Dixon says he shoved him off and dipped out, but that still wasn't the end. He claims that later Perry came into his guest room in just his underwear, pulled Dixon's shorts down, groped him, and whispered, "Relax and just let it happen." That's when Dixon says he played it smart, quickly changed the subject, dodged the situation, and tried to keep it pushing. Fast forward to 2024, Dixon finally said enough is enough. He filed a complaint with the EEOC, quit the show, and dropped a full-blown lawsuit. But Perry's camp didn't stay quiet. His lawyer fired back immediately, calling the whole thing a money grab. He straight up said, "This is a person who got close to Tyler Perry just to run a scam." But Tyler Perry, he's kept dead silent. And that silence is speaking louder than any press release could. Especially for folks who now believe Delilah saw the whole storm brewing long before the public had a clue and dipped before it could swallow her too. If Dixon's lawsuit cracked Perry's shiny, untouchable image, then maybe it just confirmed what Delilah already knew and quietly lived. Sources close to both of them are now talking. Word is, Delilah had been uneasy way before the internet caught wind of anything. Allegedly, she saw things, late-night meetups, way too personal bonds with male staff, and a growing emotional gap between them. It wasn't just distance, it was something else, like people around her say she started to feel off about how secretive Perry was acting. But what really tipped the scale? Some say it was the rumors or the whispers about Perry and other men. Others claim she may have actually seen the kind of texts that are now floating around from Dixon's lawsuit and messages that straight up blurred every professional line. And if that's true, it wouldn't be surprising if Delilah had enough of playing pretend. Being in the spotlight, protecting a public image, raising a child, while carrying all that behind closed doors, it's no wonder she finally walked away. Delilah still hasn't spoken out publicly, but the streets are talking, and gossip blogs claim she's been quietly standing behind the legal process the whole time. She ain't rushed to defend Perry, she ain't cleaning up any mess, and that silence, it's speaking volumes. Insiders also say that ever since cutting ties with Perry, she's completely distanced herself from his world. Instead, she's been focused on her own path and diving into activism, modeling, and building a quiet life with her son. Some folks think she saw the storm forming early and left before it could wreck her image. Others believe she just got tired of keeping up the act. Whatever the reason, what once looked like a chill, mutual split now looks way more like a strategic escape. And if those allegations in Dixon's lawsuit turn out to be true, then Delilah won't just be seen as an ex. She'll be seen as the woman who got out right before the bomb dropped. The moment the lawsuit went public, the internet exploded. Screenshots, court docs, and those wild texts started flying all over social media, faster than anyone could fact check. And just like that, the internet split down the middle. One side saying cancel Tyler Perry and the other screaming he's being set up. Some folks were stunned. Others swore they knew it was coming. One user on X posted, "I had no idea Tyler Perry is gay," while another clapped back instantly. "Y'all been acting like this is news? He been fruity?" The only surprise is that it's finally in court. And just like that, the internet wasn't just gossiping, it was divided. For supporters of the LGBTQ+ community, this situation opened up a much deeper convo. Was Perry battling with his own identity? Or was this just another messy case of repression spiraling into something way darker? On the flip side, some people weren't buying any of it. They claimed the text didn't sound criminal, just cringy and flirty at best. One commenter posted, "Seems like regular flirting and boring convos. People are too quick to believe any story about a black man in power. Another user chimed in saying, "These messages sound like an older guy trying to help a closeted younger dude. He sounds fruity, not dangerous." But not everyone was giving Perry the benefit of the doubt. Others were fully backing Dixon, calling the text inappropriate, manipulative, and way past the line. Perry was grooming Derek Dixon based on those messages alone, one person posted. And just as fast, the tide turned again. This time, with backlash coming for Dixon. Some folks are still side-eyeing the whole thing, questioning the timing, the vibe of the text, and the so-called intimacy. One skeptic even posted, "I don't see any explicit text in these screenshots, not even a direct hit, so Derek Dixon is lying." But let's be real. When you zoom out, there's a pattern that's hard to ignore. The casting choices, the flirty messages, and the character Dixon played, it all lines up too perfectly with his real-life situation. That ain't coincidence. That feels targeted. And caught in the middle of all this chaos, Delilah. Now, whether her exit from Perry's life was graceful or coldly calculated, one thing's for sure. It wasn't random, and the internet knows it. People online refuse to let this story fade away. Whether they're siding with Dixon or backing Perry, the opinions are loud, messy, and non-stop. And Perry's complete silence? It's only turning the volume way up. At this point, Tyler's name is in the center of a storm he might have seen coming, but couldn't dodge. Maybe Delilah walked away to protect her peace, or maybe she was protecting a much bigger secret. Either way, this ain't the end. So make sure you like, subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit that bell, because what's coming next, it might just flip the whole story upside down. See you in the next one.